Can you hear us?
Oh.
Yes.
All right. This video is sponsored by Espolón Tequila
And Bum Energy.
and Bum Energy.
Bum Energy.
It's good. You know it's good because it's empty. But anyways, all right. So, closing of what has been an amazing trip to Vegas. Yet again, another amazing trip for us. But this time we actually brought Kevin. And if you guys don't know Kevin is our warehouse manager, takes care of all of the day-to-day operations in the warehouse. And our goal was to come out here, get new business, and put a face to like who we are and just meet our existing clients and honestly just have a good time. So
Yeah,
maybe Kevin can talk a little bit about his experience. And
Yeah, the focus was also to try and focus on fulfillment clients, So people are out here they have a lot of physical products, so it's a good way to like scout the land, see who's doing what, how big someone's booth is, and kind of gauge if they would need help with fulfillment or not. So we got actually a really good amount of hot leads, I would say.
Yeah,
Leads.
Vegas, like he said, it's a good time. It's high energy, but like especially, I've been to the Expo at Olympia before, and it's just a lot of cool brands, a lot of people you actually don't usually see, even on social media. So seeing these companies in person and just kind of getting a feel for them, what they currently do for fulfillment now, what their products are like, it's really cool to see all these companies out there and get to meet people face to face and just. And it's really cool because when you start talking to them, you kind of realize like, oh, they're too small for fulfillment, or maybe they're looking for just pro dev, which is something we offer too. But it's really cool to talk to these companies and see where they're at in their business cycle, and then it's really cool to hear them as well say like, oh, we're always open to fulfillment or options like that. So definitely a cool experience to get to connect with a lot of people. And then another cool thing is actually two people came up to Daniel and said they recognized the reels and stuff for the product development side, so that kind of opened up some more hot leads as well. But definitely a cool experience just to get to meet a lot of brands out there. Like I said, there's a lot more than you don't even see online, but everybody starts somewhere, so it's cool to see these brands and get to meet them in person.
Yeah, we kind of started off, I think we were kind of a little nervous to talk to people when we first got there, kind of like scouting the land, but the first booth we did talk to, we actually talked to the owner of Pro-Tan. So Pro-Tan is like a tanning cream and tanning spray that's been around for 40 years, I think he said.
long time.
So he owns that, and then a few other skincare lines, as well as a mushroom gummy supplement line. So at first he was a little closed off, and they did their own fulfillment in house. But then we started talking about Amazon and how we can help them get away from FBA and shift over to FBM and have us handle their Amazon orders. So that was a pretty good lead, and I think that kind of relaxed everybody and opened us up for all right, we can approach this a little bit easier now, and got the what is it, the jitters out of the way. Yeah.
Well, and like FBA as well, like a lot of people use it because it's a huge option, but people don't realize that they can use FBM and just funnel their Amazon orders to a fulfillment company, which is what we do.
Yeah, because Amazon's fees are insanely high.
One of the most important things in growing a business is finding new ways to market your business, put yourself out there, and traditionally, every single fulfillment center is basically doing the exact same thing. But we as a company are trying to set a trend in a new breed of fulfillment centers, or just give people ideas on how we do our business, because everyone is trying to get more business, no matter who they are, right? But at the end of the day, you have to do things that are going to set yourself apart. We are not the biggest fulfillment center. We are not the longest standing fulfillment center or design centers, but we have really good rapport. And if we make these extra efforts to be in front of these companies and actually talk to the owners rather than just an email thread that kind of just gets thrown to spam or trash, it's going to solidify you significantly more as a business because you leave a larger impact. And when you talk to these people, like, you can't talk about the commonalities that you have with them in an email. It just doesn't translate well. So, or like a Google Meet, you have like an hour to talk to them. But when you're in their face and you're talking to them about the commonalities of like your interests or your family or where you came from, where you went to college, like these are things that help people break the ice and are just more susceptible to give you their business, because even if they're struggling already as a business, they may not want to tell you that because you have just met them. So why would they tell you like, hey, we're struggling as a business? No one wants to say that. Everyone wants to appear like their business is doing really well because they're at the Olympia, they spent this money, they brought out products. So everyone wants to appear like they're doing very well. But it takes a stronger type of owner that is just more vulnerable to change or just more willing to adapt as a business. And then you're a different type of breed. They want to do business with people like that. That's how you get business. And if you're, no matter what business you guys are starting, our business is obviously a little bit different. You have to do these things to step out of the box and find new ways to market your business. We like to spend our money on trips, experiences, memories, and grow our business that way than to spend money on marketing dollars with agencies. These are the differences that you have to think about as a company, because I guarantee you, this is how you control the growth of your business. In a marketing agency, if you're hiring a third party, you cannot control how your dollars are spent. They spend your money, you pay them every single month, and that's it. It's not a guaranteed return. This is a guaranteed return, whether or not we do business with any of these businesses that we spoke to.
Or even just one.
Yeah, or just one. Like we feel like we have already left an impact on a lot of these businesses that we will be maybe even dealing with down the line. You know, publicly traded companies, that guy was awesome.
Yeah.
Like that was a really cool
That was just like one of those things where like all the stars kind of like aligned, right? We're talking to one of the investors. We're talking, and he's like, "Oh, I do Ironmans," and it's like, "Oh shit, I'm thinking about training for a triathlon." So that kind of like gets the ball rolling. And he's like, "Oh, my daughter." He talks about why they created the product. His daughter is an athlete, and he's like, "She's a volleyball player. She just committed to Texas." Oh shit, I was an athlete at Texas as well. And then he's like, "Yeah, my fraternity brothers." And Daniel's like, "What fraternity are you in?" He's like, "In the same fraternity as Daniel." So they're fraternity brothers from different chapters. And it's just like, what?
Yeah, and it's just cool too. Yeah. Like they get to see like your body language and how you dress, your mannerisms. These are all so important when you're dealing with people who are doing multi 8 figures, multi 9 figures. They only want to do business with people they care about, because at the end of the day, like everyone wants to do business with them. If you're a 9-figure company, publicly traded, you probably have hundreds of emails every single day that are just reaching out to you.
We have hundreds of spam emails every day as a 2-year-old business, so like imagine a bigger
in person's
company.
Just an instant trust factor. You can kind of get vibes from people right away. Like they can kind of tell how we are, we can tell how they are if it doesn't seem like it's going to work. So
aside from that, we had a great time at the Olympia, but also we got to enjoy. Like we hung out with Cascade. Like Austin's idea was to post a picture of Cascade because he was performing at Zook, and then I posted it, and he's been following us for a long time because he loves our content. And he reached out. He was like, "Hey, like, come out. We'd love to take care of you guys." And we fucking went to his hotel room with his tour manager, his whole team.
It was a wild.
It was a wild fucking.
To think about what
crazy,
just happened.
So, like, him and Steve Aoki were both texting us that night to go out with them, like, and watch them perform, like.
And it's like one of these big ass hotel rooms that you see in like Hangover. It's like the big penthouse ones, and you're just like, "What? So, where the hell am I right now? What are we doing?"
Again, finding new ways to grow your business. We hung out with Cascade, talked to him about the business aspect of what we do and how we do it, and now he's like, "Okay, cool. Like, I'd love to work with you guys." That's a legendary artist, right? Like, we've been following him for a long time, but also A-list. And imagine if you're open to his network and beyond, right? So everything is about word of mouth in our business, and we just love the interpersonal connections because it's how you do things. So
and earlier Daniel talked about rapport, and we have a pretty good rapport in the fitness industry just because of our background, and that's one of the reasons we chose Olympia, because we did know a lot of people that were going to be here, so we made it a point to come visit all these people. And we've actually haven't been present in the fitness community for a while, but this is kind of like our way of stepping back into the community. And then people are like, "Oh, I recognize you guys. What are y'all doing now?" And then, "Oh, y'all are doing this. Let me introduce you to this person." Like we met with Harry over at Young LA, and he's like, oh, let me connect you guys with Bradley Martin. He may need help. So just little things like that, like building our rapport and showing that we're still kind of around and showing people what we're doing now, and connecting with old friends that we haven't seen in a long time. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I can guarantee you, we were the only fulfillment center that was out there looking for business. Mm-hmm. The only one. If you go to a Pack Expo or whatever that may be, or Logistics Expo, you will be one of 1,000. Like, there's so many fulfillment centers, and you can't grow your business that way. It's great to talk to other fulfillment centers. We do that shit on LinkedIn. You can do it on LinkedIn because it's great to just feed off of each other's minds. But if you're really serious about growing your business, you have to find unique ways to grow your business and also have fun doing it. Like it's super fucking fun for us. Like,
we definitely want to step outside, right? Like, Olympia is one thing, right? Like I said, because we have the rapport and like we know people. Yeah. So like going to a different expo, like whatever we may decide to do next, it'll be a little bit more challenging because we're not going to know anybody in certain booths and things. So that's going to be a little bit more cold outreach. So, but we're still excited for that kind of challenge, right? So
Kevin's first time coming with us, what do you think? Like, how was your overall, like, everything?
Well, kind of just what he said, like.
Did you get the fucking party with Cascade?
That was cool.
That should be the number one experience.
Cascade's that's pretty cool.
Outside of that,
to get the CC experience, but but kind of just what you said though. It's like I think fitness is kind of all near and dear to our hearts, so it was really cool. But wherever we went next, obviously, as long as they're looking for those services, I feel like we could still open up pretty quick. But great experience.
I definitely think fitness. We have the personality to do the cold reach, and it'll be easy. But just knowing people, right? You're like, let's meet me
as long as it's not like, if we were somewhere where people could actually use those services, then it should be fine. But like just something about the fitness community, we all kind of have a piece of that. So it was definitely a really cool experience to stay in that community and try and offer our services and
watch a little bit of the show. See some prejudging and people that we know up on stage. So that's cool too.
Yeah, it was a cool experience.
Okay.
Cascade.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this YouTube video of us being in Vegas. We got to prep for Q4 now. Thank you for supporting us. Again, we like all the people that follow us on our entire journey, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever that may be. We couldn't do it without you guys. So for everyone that's watching this, please spread the word about our business. We love what we do. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.
Or if you need help, with something, don't wait to meet us in person. Just reach out to us.
Ready for Cascade?